everyone, are you ready for another adventure? It's me, Woki, and I'm back with another Fake Grand Order video. What are we going to be talking about today? Well, a couple videos back, someone asked me basically, can you make a video talking about apples the same way that you talked about tickets and St. Quartz until Draco? And I looked at that and said, yeah, sure, I think I can do that. So I decided to do it because someone asked for it. I really don't think of apples that way, just simply because I've been playing the game from the start, and I have about 400 silver apples, somewhere around the 200s of golden apples, too many bronze apples to count, and a bunch of the other basic stamina apples. So for me, apples aren't really that big of a deal. But for a lot of people who have maybe been playing the game starting now, it is a big deal. I know of a specific player who is a friend of mine who literally has always 0 apples to anything and is always like starving for them. So I figure it might help some people. So that's going to be today's video. I'm going to be going until the first event that I would say would really badly need your apples and that you would want to be saving as many of them as you can, which is Lotto. In my opinion, the two main event style of things that you would kind of save your apples for are raids and Lotto. The reason I've been able to have so many apples, actually, of bronze in this particular, is because I save a lot of them for Lotto, and you always get 3 back on that one. And over time, 10 stamina really does rack up over time. And there's usually a third type of event, but they're always like really weird off to the side. Like for this one specific moment, there's a really good grind node in here, and then yeah, grind that one, I guess. But for the most part, those are the two main kind of style things that I would think of. So we're gonna go into the first Lotto event, which is gonna be happening sometime in April. And I'm going to show you the apples that will be from there, and then after we get to that and the Lotto event is done for there, I'll do another follow-up video talking about the other two events. They're going to be kind of interspliced to each other, so I'm going to talk about both of them at the same time, and I'll tell you what those events are too. But for the most part, that's what I would assume you're saving up your stamina for. And it can also be a little bit tough, because, believe it or not, as hard as it is to save a lot of St. Quartz and tickets, it's equally as hard to save a lot of your stamina, because the most optimal way to play Fake Grand Order is to always wait for your stamina to recharge, use your stamina, and then just kind of wait it out. You know, like for example, the Valentine's Day event that's going on right now, 3 million points is likely possible if you had been playing it since the beginning, and also you had been using your stamina every single time it was full, and then even then you would have to have had enough stamina for it to be like 120 or something to make sure you just got a buttload of them or something like that, or you had some form of level ups, but it would be a really tight window to get the full 3 million points in it. So for that reason, there are always going to be occasions where you want to use your apples. It's just basically trying to show you like, hey, I guess here's where more drops of apples are going to come from. I don't know, this is a very tough one. I think more than St. Quartz and tickets, that's easy. Just don't look at the banners and don't shoot anything at them. Stamina is kind of a different whole horse of everything. And of course, there's also the little... you can now save your stamina for later, which is another thing that you can do now in NA. I won't be talking about those because I can't really know when. So this is just going to be apples that they specifically give us. And finally, with that long intro out of the way, let's start. So we're going to, believe it or not, because of the weird timeline that exists currently in the NA version of the game, we're going to go into March. And this will go up until May in the JP timeline, but in our timeline, this is the Lotto event that we're going to be saving for, and this arrives for us late April. So this is going to be coming sooner. So I'll talk about that. So we'll start with March. And the first thing that comes up is, of course, the Kalea Boys Collection, which is 2023 for JP, but for us it will be 2025. And in here, you will be able to get... Is this not the right one? This is the wrong one. It's this one. The pre-release campaign. Apologies. The pre-release campaign. You'll be able to get it from login. And from login, you'll get, up until day 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 silver apples. Very simple. Nothing else here. Just remember to log in and you'll get silver apples. Not that tough, right? Next. Now, in JP, this winter party actually did give them 3 golden apples, but we don't get these. So, at some point, they're going to probably give us 3 golden apples, but because I don't know when that's going to happen, and also considering I'm still kind of like a little like, hey, so when are you going to be releasing these 4 tickets that I said are happening? Anytime now, hopefully. I'm just going to put them as in theory, at some point, we will get 3 golden apples for making up for the fact that we don't get them from this. I just don't know when it's going to happen. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm not counting it toward the grand total. I'm telling you this now. That's the way I've chosen to do it. Next, we got the Chaldea, Tales of Chaldean Heavy Industries, the Takatsuji event, which is the Cowboy Boys Collection event. And in here, there's 2 different ways to get them. One is free quest, and the other is from the ladder, which is the point reward system. Inside the point reward system, there are 9 bronze apples, 8 of them that you can see here on the first page, and then a single one on here, right here at 300,043k. And that's the last bronze apple that you'll get. In terms of silver apples, it's pretty similar. Silver apples start sometime around, 325k, and there are 9 of them here as well. They stop somewhere around here. And there are 10 golden apples, and you can see that the golden apples happen to the end. Why did they make it so that it was 9, 9, 10 and just not like 10, 10, 10? I can't tell you the way that these devs think sometimes. Just assume they had a reason for it, and there you go. And obviously, to get the max amount of here, you would have to get 2.65 million points. So you would have to be playing the event pretty much since the event started, using your stamina super wisely. And if you even had the ability to level up, maybe using a little bit of your level ups here. I don't have any level ups left in me. I'm out of level ups as far as they're concerned. But yeah, if you finish up the Valentine's Day event early, and you have some stamina to spare, and you're not like waiting for an interlude or something like that, it might be a good idea to like save some of your stamina for this. If you're someone who's low on apples. If you're like me and you have a buttload of apples, do whatever you want. The world is your oyster. Next, in terms of free quest, we get 3 from these. Not 3. Where'd I get the number 3? I have it here written down too. We get 2 here, and then it's 3 silvers. There we go. We get 3 silvers. And then we have 1, 2, 3 golden apples. And the last 2 are always mana prisms, and they don't give apples, but there you go. So in total for this specific event, we will get 11 bronze apples, 12 silver, and 13 gold, which is not bad. Okay, let's move on to the next one as we go up here. Completely ignoring Anime Japan, and we go straight to the Spring New Masters ad campaign. Aid campaign, not ad campaign. It's not really an ad going on here. There's 2 in here. There's 1, first of all, part of the retweets, 5 silver apples, and then 5 golden apples, pretty much. As long as we can get, not even the full amount, as long as we get to at least 30,000 retweets, reshares, whatever the fuck we decide to call it here. I forget what they call it nowadays. We should be able to get those apples from there. And then there's going to be a lot of daily login stuff that kind of happens. I also realized that, these have to happen earlier, actually. So I'm going to assume by the time that the Lotto event happens, we'll have a vast majority of these. Let's hope, anyway. From the daily logins, we get 1 golden apple right here, and then over here we have 8. So that makes it for a total of 14 golden apples and 5 silver apples. And just to make sure, just checking everything. Oh, no, we have an additional 1 from here. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I was right. Okay. So this was 7 here and then 8 here. Okay. The math, as long as I don't have to go back on the math. And the other thing that I'm also not including for my end total is the returnee lock-in campaign. So if you decide to return around the Spring New Masters, you will get 21 golden apples. Since it's not possible for me to know if you're going to decide to randomly return during the Spring New Masters campaign, the vast majority of us are not getting these. I'm not getting these, so I'm not counting them towards the final end total that we have. But I just wanted to make it known that I know that there are 21 golden apples here. Just, I'm not counting them, because for the most part, we're not getting them. Congratulations, people who are returning back. You get to have them. Now, even though this says March, we're still technically in March, because like I said beforehand, because of the roadmap, we know that the Lillum Harlem event is coming up, and therefore we're going to get any of the apples that we would get for them in April in March. Now, the funny thing is that all the apples that come from this come from the actual Lillum Harlem itself. There's none in the pre-release that I could see. Just to be double sure here, I will show it again. Just because I am a man that sometimes makes mistakes. We are all but human here. But as far as I can tell, there is not a single instance of an apple showing up here. I triple check to see the event information and the summoning campaigns. Nothing. Okay, so the Willem Harlem event. And I guess spoilers for this? I mean, it's not spoilers. It's not going to show. Okay, I cut specifically to say, I guess if you cared about certain aspects of the story and where it could go, it could be considered a spoiler. So feel free to look down at the video. I'm giving you the time and skip to where it says Ilya, and it will be fine. For the most part, there are, I'll just tell you right now, 3 bronze apples, 5 silver apples, 5 golden apples, and then from the missions, 2 golden. I'm just going to show you. I guess I don't really need to show them. I can just tell you them. But yeah, just trust me on this one. I don't have to show you the free quest, but that's how it is on the breakdown of the free quest. In terms of the missions, it's just 2 right here. So that's easy. That was an easy way of doing it. Never mind. You don't come back. Don't skip anything. We're back. Sorry, a little bit of a mess, and again, I try and be as protective with spoiler stuff as I can be, if I can help it. But anyway, let's move on, because we've made it to the day of the Lotto event, which is going to be Foon, Karakuri alias Castle, which you can see right here. Foon, or as I said, fun. I guess fun. How would you say this? Does this sound right here? I guess, it's fine, I don't see it here. Foon. Okay, anyway. I'm getting distracted. Inside here, inside the Karakuri, inside the free quest, there are going to be 3 bronze, 6 silver, 6 golden. As you can see here, 1 from this singular event, and we will be doing it 3 times, because there will be 3 check holds, like a normal lotto. Of this style, which is usually the more grand festival style, the ones that were previously known as Nero Fest, Gil Fest, Skahawk Fest, stuff like that. And then in terms of silvers, you can see here that this one has a silver, and it goes to this one, which is 2, and then the next one would be a gold, so that happens 3 times, that's 6. And then the next 2 are also golden, so that's 6 again. And just to show that these aren't apples in here, it's 100 mana prisms and 200 mana prisms. So as long as you remember to do them all, you should be able to get these apples no problem. And then because there's a lottery, there's actually apples inside the lottery as well. The first 10 is the one I'm going to be mostly paying attention to. So there's a 1 golden apple, 2 silver, and 3 bronze. As long as you remember to always get all the apples that are on here. So the first 10, the reason I bring them up is because these can specifically be skipped if you win the grand prize. I would suggest not doing that unless you were in such a time crunch that you just had to do it. And in which case this video isn't really for you. Because why are you talking about anything here and not following up on it? Makes no sense. But thank you for watching, of course. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So if that can be done at least 10 times... that means there's 10 golden apples, 20 silver apples, and 30 bronze apples that you can get. And then from 11 forward, only bronze apples will be inside of the lotto. And from that point on, it is infinite. As long as you can continue to keep grinding and winning lotto boxes, you will always get 3 bronze apples in return. Or bronze or copper, I guess. No, I've been calling them bronze this entire time, so I'm going to keep calling them bronze. But the point is... there is a slight way to get back your stamina, but for the most part, you could just kind of see them as, unless you're super desperate, I just treat them as a nice bonus at the end. But I'm also someone who waits until the event is actually done and then collects everything that they have and kind of goes from there. And yeah, and considering that this is the lotto and the endpoint, how good is this lotto actually? Let's take a look. So it has Forbidden Pages, it has the Medal of the Great King, it has Chains of the Fools, it has Dragon Fangs, and it has Unlucky Bone. And then we can also look at the free quest. If we want to look at, depending on which one of these you want to farm, usually I always go for the final one, which is this one right here. Oh, this one has Comet Shards. This is the hardest one to grind, obviously, so not everyone can do it. So if I go to the one beforehand, what does this one have? This one has Spirit Roots and Void Refuse. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. Not anything I need. Void Reviews is used for a lot of people. Then we have, before that, Ghost Lantern and the Octuplet Twin Crystallets. And then, before that one, it is Twilight Ceremonial Blade and the Magical Fluid. And that's about as far as I'll go. So I'll go here and look at it again. Second checkpoint, the grand thing that you'll be grinding for would be the Tsukumo Mirror, Rainbow Yarn. And on the one before that one, it is going to be Bullets and Talons of Chaos. And before that one, It is the Giant's Ring and the Infinity Gear. And then on this one, it's going to be the Primordial Langu and the Homunculus Baby. Not anything I'm too interested in. And finally, on the final checkpoint, which is going to be the one that's going to be ending. Oh, shit! It's the Unforgettable Ashes. This one I'm definitely grinding for. The reason I did this is to look specifically, so when am I going to actually hardcore be grinding for it? It seems like this day specifically is the one where I'll just kind of be like, you know, when my stamina's there, I'll get it. Just because I don't need the mirrors and I don't need the rainbow yarn. For this one, I definitely would like a little bit more of the comet shards, because you can never use enough comet shards. But for this one, for sure, that's a bronze. That is a bronze one, and these are a pain in the ass to grind normally. So I will gladly take the opportunity to get these while also grinding for other stuff. Bizarre Wine. And then 6 is the Demonic Flame Hazuki, and then the Crown of the Radiant Silver. And then 5 is the Arrowhead and the Heart of the Foreign God, which is not bad. And then the one before that one, just to show it, is Heroes Proof and the Dawnlight of the Reactor Core. Okay. Not too bad overall. And in terms of the lottery, like I said, it has Forbidden Pages, 2 Medal of the Great Knights, 3 Chains of the Fools, 3 Dragon Fangs, and 3 Unlucky Bones, and it actually has gems in here instead of statues. I believe in Christmas time is when they do statues, and during these specific ones is when they have gems. Bones is always a good material to always non-stop grind, because there's always, especially a lot of early units use a lot of bones, like 70 plus bones, and then plus the pen skills coming too. I'm sure there's plenty of units that just use a fuck ton of bones that you could... It's good to stock up on them. On any of the bronze ones, I'm always in favor of stocking up on them, and I think these are 3 pretty good ones. Chains of the Fool, Dragon Fang, and Bronze are all, and Bone are all solid. And in terms of the silver one, the Medal of the Great Knight is used a whole bunch, and so is Forbidden Page. In the early days of FGO, I was fiending for these Forbidden Pages. That's why I have like 400 of them. But yeah, in terms of my own personal thing, I think I'd do a decent amount of lotto grinding for this one. I'd have to check my gem collection to see if I am really low on it for the most part, but I think I would mostly be saving for the raid. But yeah, there you go. There is Ilia's Castle. So what is the grand total that we have for everything that we got going on? Not counting the fact that you can get infinite bronze, and not counting the 21 if you're a returnee, and not counting the 3 golden apples from Winter Party. Here's how the end result ends up looking. In terms of bronze apples, it's 47. In terms of silver apples, it's 66. And in terms of golden, it's 55. Not 55, it's just 50. My bad. I don't know where that extra 5 came from. So, not interesting amount to get in like a 2-month span, basically. Especially because we're on the NA version of the game. And like I said, this one is projected to come out early April and not when it happened in JP, which was May. It is a lot of apples. Unfortunately, it's not a whole bunch if you're looking to do some crazy lotto grinding. So, I've shown you what Karakuri is going to look like. I'm going to go show you the other 2, which are going to be the ones I'm going to be talking about after Karakuri has kind of come and gone. The reason I'm waiting for it is that I want to do a follow-up check and say here. And the reason why I'm including both of them is that they're both really close to each other, and they're also probably worth grinding for. So not in September, in October, not in October, it's in November, we have the Guda Guda Super Goryaku. Oh yeah, not Goryaku, it's Gor Ryukaku. We have this one, which is going to be a raid. Raids are intense. You want to grind raids as quickly and as fast as you can, because these motherfuckers do not live long enough for you to do anything, but they're also usually the best source of materials, the best source of bond points that you can get, and in general, very easy, quick ways to kind of get it done. And because they're only here for a limited time, the materials that they offer and what you can get from them are usually at a higher rate that you can get, and also because they're tied to the event, this is the best way to grind the event as well. So you should really oh shit, comet shards and shells for the first boss. That's crazy. So just to show you, I guess, a quick look at them, comet shard, just to show it at the highest level too, because I just realized I did click on the highest level. But just to show quickly, just because if I want to do a quicker look at to see all levels of it, I'll do it when I'm actually talking about the video later. But this first raid boss has comet shards and seashells or remnants. This one has same thing. Are these gonna be the same throughout all of them? No, this one has eggs. This is the bonus. So let me look at non-bonus. This one has the magical fluid, and it has void refuse, and it has these fruits of longevity. I actually need a lot of these. I only have 20 about on me at the moment. The next raid features the Genesis Egg, the Meteoric Horseshoe, and the Crown of Radiant Silver. You will always have a chance to get a potential bonus of a Talon, Comet Shard, and Seashell Remnants if you're doing these at the hardest difficulty. This next fight has Snake Jewel, Curse Beast, Catalyst, Ancient Bell of Tranquility, Rainbow Yarn, Scales of Fantasy, and a Knight of the Weeping Iron Stake. Not bad. And then the next one has Chains, Ashes, very nice, Ghost Lantern, Yggdrasil Seed, the Sycamore Mirror, Talon of Chaos, and then the final, not the final raid, the next raid. I keep thinking that this is it, but damn, there's a lot of raids on this one. We have the Dragon Scale, we have the Feather Phoenix, the Permanent Ice Frost. Oh, fuck, it has a Sun Scale. This would be very good if you're gunning any of the Lost Belt 7 units. Aurora Steel, the Unlucky Bone, and then finally the last raid. This one is, it drops Heart of the Foreign Gods, the Vestige of Madness, which is a brand new grind material that we'll be getting, I assume, with the Ordeal Call. And that's it. That's kind of crazy. That gets kind of crazy, not gonna lie. That's the Gouda Gouda event, and the next one is the Lotto event that happens in December, literally a month away. Then right back to each other. So that's why I'm saying when I'm going to do this video again, I'm going to be talking about them specifically. And inside this Lotto, just to take a quick look. Oh, this has seashells. Damn it. Oh, well, thank God I have like 400 silver apples, but I have a feeling I'm going to have much less after we get to December. Homunculus babies, the seashell of remembrance, the stakes, and the bullets, along with... Oh, there's not statues. It's gems of... it's gems again. That's weird. Usually I thought there were statues, but I guess it's not. My bad. Yeah, this is also a pretty good one. And then there'll also be an exchange ticket for some other stuff and other things around it that, again, we'll talk about when we get closer. After Karakuri's event happens and comes and goes, and I'll take a look at what apples are going to be available to us. So, yeah. That's what it's looking like for the moment. Best of luck saving up your apples. If you want specific tips, again, like I said, the best way of doing it is to try and maximize the amount of stamina that you're using. If you can wait until there's like half stamina days for like interludes and stuff like that, obviously do the ones that you really want to do and have NP upgrades for the servants you like, but if you can hold off on them until they have like half AP cost so that you can make the maximum amount of if you can take advantage of the maximum amount of your stamina, that would, I think, be ideal. Always make sure to log in and check to see if you can save some of the current stamina that you're holding into the apples, because those are a good way to save up for later. I don't really mention them here, but that's a good way of doing it. I think I myself have already have like, I think close to 200 or so. Just from like, I'm not playing currently, let me use them. But that comes from, again, a privileged position of I'm near the end of I'm pretty close to the end game of stuff. I've done almost everything that I want to. And I save a lot of this for when those specific outbursts comes out that I can do them and just kind of blast them out like that. And yeah, that's basically it. If you made it all the way to these videos of me talking about apples, thank you very much. I don't expect that many people to be this interested in it, but if you found some use of it, I'm glad. And if you just wanted to hear me talk about apples for a bit, thanks for watching that too. Again, someone requested this. I said I can easily do that, and I'll do it. And I have another one of those planned for the future that I promised I would do for a specific walkthrough. And I said, sure, I can do that. So look forward to that whenever I get to them. It was the advanced quest. They would also like, hey, can you do this? I'm like, I mean, yeah, I guess I can. There's nothing, what's stopping me is me thinking nobody wants to see that. But if at least one person requests it, I may as well do it for them. So yeah, thank you very much for watching the video, everyone. I will see you guys in the next one, whatever it might be. It's likely going to be the Majima game, because the Majima game comes out on the 20th, and I'll be playing that. Spoilers, Majima game's coming up. I will see you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace out. Bye!